Hello, welcome to another episode. I'm gonna give you a little bit of context here because right now this place is a mess. You're not able to see it because I'm just framing this, which looks like everything is organized, but in reality the whole house is a mess. We're moving from Manhattan. We're currently in Harlem nearby Columbia University, and we're moving to Brooklyn. Today I'm gonna be reviewing, showing you, talking about the Lomo LCA wide or LC wide with the Instax adapter, the Instax back, which is this thing. A little bit of a context here. I was contacted by the Lomo, There's one thing called the Lomo. I was contacted by one person who worked at Lomo. She was working there and she asked me if I would have any kind of interest in reviewing any of their products. And I searched through the website, and this thing immediately caught my attention for several reasons. One, because I've always wanted to have some kind of camera that shoot Instax film, because Instax film is way cheaper than Polaroid film, so I wanted to give it a try. And also because I already have a Lomo LC wide and a Lomo LCA, so I thought, man, if I can use an Instax back on my LCA, which is my favorite pocket camera, I could have an Instax camera without needing to buy an Instax camera and achieve the results from this camera that I love the results. So of course I want to try it. So I said yes, and I picked up the back and I installed it. It's pretty easy to install. I can't show it right now because it's here and there's film in it, but the camera itself, if you open up, you can remove the back of the LC wide. But I have a Lomo LCA, and you can do it with the Lomo LCA. It has to be the Lomo LCA Plus. So that's a downer because I thought I was going to be able to shoot, because the LCA Plus, you can remove the back, but with the Lomo LCA you can't. So that's a bad thing, but I still have the Lomo LC wide, which is this camera. As you can see in this clip, I went to purchase the Instax film and I purchased it and I was super excited about it. I put it on the camera, on the back, and I installed it, I composed, I took an image, and then the results were terrible. So the result looks like this. I need to add a correction lens on the Lomo LC wide, otherwise everything will look blurry. And I had no idea about this. So then I searched on the internet and I found the Lomo LC wide Instax adapter. And I wrote to the people at Lomo like, hey, thank you very much for the back, but I really need the lens in order to make it happen. And they sent me the lenses. So this is the moment in which I grabbed the camera and I installed the front lens and the viewfinder. As you can see in the video, the front lens is magnetic, so you just clip it on the camera and it stays there. It's fairly easy, you just do it like so, and that's it. It won't fall. The not so great thing is that once you open it and install the corrective lens, you cannot close the camera again, because the corrective lens goes inside of these things that it goes deeper into the body than these plates. So once installed, you cannot close the camera, which it has no bigger impact because you usually just close the camera to protect the lens. But in this case, this lens is protecting the lens, so that's okay, I guess. One thing that I was truly happy about was this viewfinder that comes with the package, because the viewfinder in the Lomo LC wide is not really good. It looks like a 20mm in reality when you look through it, but the camera has a wider range. So when you compose following this viewfinder, it's not really accurate, but this viewfinder on top, it's really, really accurate. So that's good. I was composing using this and it works like a charm. And what can I say about the whole combo? I mean, you can judge by the pictures on the episode. Actually, let's watch the episode. Instead of 200, I'm gonna take the next picture at 400, and then I'm gonna shoot without the lens, so everything will look blurry. I'm gonna take a picture of the tree leaves up there, all the way there. Now I'll put the lens,
and take a proper picture.
Like a double exposure?
I'll see if it works as a double exposure. While you're at work, I have
that's it. That's the Lomo LC wide with the Instax pack adapter. It's a good solution, I like it. The issue is the results are very Lomo-like. So the adapter adds this kind of vignetting in all the images, and the images look kind of plastic, I guess because of the corrective lens at the same time. I know the lens of the Lomo LC wide is much sharper than the images that I took with the corrective lens, so there's that issue. I mean, it works, it's functional. If you want to take like funky images and you want to take like, I don't know, risky results, that's a good solution. If you're looking for absolute quality, then probably this is not the solution. But at the same time, if you look for absolute quality, you're not shooting Instax film. This is how it works. You first cock the shutter down here in the multiple exposure switch, you move it there and the shutter will be ready to shoot, and you take a picture. Just like you would with normal film. But instead of moving up to the next frame, what you do is you turn it on and then you press this button and the frame with the image will go out. That's the whole thing. It will drop your image, you just keep it, wait until it gets developed. In the meantime, you can turn it off to save batteries. And that's it. What kind of batteries does it use? It uses this batteries over here. It uses these CR2 batteries. You just put them in there and that's pretty much it. You close it and you're ready to go. I can't actually comment on how long the batteries last because I've only tried it like this one set and it came with batteries. So I guess they last a long time because I already went through the 10 images here and I'm halfway through the next roll and it's going okay. For now, this is the combo that I'm using and it works really well. As a wide angle thing, it looks pretty nice. And also I really dig the results, man. I mean, of course, as I was saying, they're not professional results, but just having your images like this in a physical format, in a small physical format, is so nice. There's a lot of people who are really fans of the Instax film and I can see why. There's a very nice there's a very beautiful thing in the appealing of having a physical object that is immediately printed. I shoot film all the time. I basically only shoot film, but I barely ever print my prints. I just keep the negatives, and if I really like a picture, I might print it. But it's not something I usually do, unless I make a scene or something. But just having all these small experiments right away in your hands, I don't know, there's something interesting about collecting these things. So yeah, if you're thinking about an Instax back for your Lomo LC wide, this is the result that you can expect to see. If you're not into vignetting or like Lomo-like images, then this is definitely not for you, because this is super Lomo-like. But if you're into that and you like the vignetting and the quirky thing and the results, which are like kind of random but at the same time kind of controlled, then yeah, this is certainly for you. I enjoyed it a lot. I had a lot of fun using this. One thing that I did notice though was that in here it says that the standard setting is ISO 200. To make a brighter image is ISO 100, and a darker image is ISO 400. In reality, I think the standard of ISO 200 in a daily situation, when it's broad daylight, it's way too bright. So for the next 10 pictures that I have left or whatever, I'm gonna probably just use this ISO 400 if it's broad daylight, because I enjoyed more the results were like less punchy in colors or less contrasty, and where the proper daylight was not as strong. That's, I guess, all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Man, this week is a chaos because we're moving to another home. I'm doing the best I can to stay on top of this. So just shooting this Instax film and not having to actually go and develop and do the whole thing has been super helpful, because I'm on finals, I'm writing my papers, and I'm completely stressed. But it's good to shoot something so immediate as a format. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you for being here. Thanks a lot to my patrons for supporting the channel. They know what's coming. I already told them a little secret project that I'm working on. So thank you so much, patrons, for all your support. And thank you for watching the channel, and just keep being here. And yeah, thank you so much for everything. I will see you next time in another episode, and I hope you enjoy what's coming, because it's about the X-Pan. All right, take care, guys. Bye. You just cock the shutter down here in the MX, or multiple exposure thing. What's the name of this? Well, it's fuck me sideways.
Pretty.